Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here. I hope you're doing well, and if you're not, I hope you are soon. Okay, today we have kind of an addendum, a little appendix, a supplement to my recently released video on Last Night on Earth, the zombie game. In that video, I did mention how I had ordered a few of the web exclusive expansions from the Flying Frog Productions website. And man, they came really quickly. They came, I think, a day after I had ordered them, and they arrived literally minutes after I had edited and uploaded the long review. And I forgot how close I live to Flying Frog Productions. And man, they send these out really, really fast if you live close by. So there are, I think, 5 different expansions that you can get online. And we have advanced abilities, we have Revenge of the Dead, Stock Up, Hold the Line, and Airstrike. And hey, you know what? These aren't cheap. They were, I think, $10 each. So, all in all, with tax and shipping, I paid about $60 for this little expansion. Is it worth it? Is it not? I don't know. I think it is because I like the game, and I think this adds a lot of variety. And because I play solo, a lot of variety is good. So I wanted to show you guys what you get in case my video maybe encouraged you to buy the game and you were curious about these web exclusives. So these are not at retail, so you don't get any kind of retail packaging, and I don't mind that at all. I would actually prefer if my expansions just came like this. I don't need boxes and fancy packaging for my expansions because I try to get as much stuff in the base box as possible. So I know that all of this stuff will fit. So let's take a look first at the advanced abilities. So there is a similar expansion to A Touch of Evil, the supernatural game, where each of the characters has their own kind of upgrade card that they can spend experience on. And that's what this is here. So this is the advanced abilities game supplement. As the long night of the dead goes on, those who are still alive find themselves learning new tricks and tactics for survival. Each hero deals with the situation in their own unique way and finds new strengths and talents they never knew they possessed. At the same time, the zombies have grown more anxious to feed, and with each new victim, they become more adept at hunting their living prey. So we get some new cards, we get some new rules for the advanced abilities. This is where they kind of introduced the experience system. We talked about gaining experience from killing zombies or from killing heroes in my long video. And so here it introduces the experience system. And we also have some new special rules. You also have a few new ways to use this expansion if you're using the dots system. So you can start your heroes out with their advanced ability, and that will add 4 dots to the hero side. And then to balance that out, you can also start with some zombie advanced abilities. You can either go random, which adds 2 dots, or chosen, which adds 3 dots. And here we have some card clarification. And so this expansion has all of your advanced abilities, and then it also has a few new cards to add to your hero deck and your zombie deck. And they say that these are kind of balanced out. So if you wanted to mix these two in, you could use these 2 cards to balance them out, or you could just shuffle everything in, and that's what I'm going to do. So here we have our 2 new hero cards, Rise to the Challenge. This is a play immediately. Play on any hero. Ignore all card restrictions that hero has based on their special rules. Discard this card to force a zombie to re-roll any number of its fight dice. And then to balance that out for the zombie player, or the zombie side, we have Anxious to Feed, and that is play immediately. Anytime a zombie is spawned at a spawning pit, it may immediately move 1 space, so they can spawn and move very quickly. The other 2 new hero cards we have are Survivor, and that is play immediately. Play on any hero. The hero may move 1 extra space during their movement, and the next time the hero would be wounded, prevent that wound and discard this card. And then to balance that out, we have 2 new zombie cards, and that is the Hungry One. Play immediately. At the start of the move, zombies phase, choose 1 zombie to move, and it moves D3 extra spaces instead of its normal movement. So those are cards you can just shuffle in. And then we have our advanced abilities. Each of the survivors, each of the heroes has their own unique advanced ability that they can buy with experience points, or you can start your heroes off with these abilities. And then there are also 4 advanced abilities that the zombie player can buy or start the game off with. Let's take a look at the zombie ones first. We have the advanced ability of Swarm. Anytime there is a zombie in every space of a building, you can return those zombies to the pool and then use a takeover token. So that kind of allows you to take over a building with the zombies and also use those zombies from your, return those to your zombie pool so you can continue to use them elsewhere on the map. That's pretty powerful. A good zombie swarm card. We have Ravenous. Anytime a zombie is fended off in a fight, you may discard 2 zombie cards from your hand or 1 that remains in play. That would probably be called a sacrifice ability now to let them immediately fight again. We have Outbreak. Once per turn, when placing new zombies, up to 1 zombie may be placed anywhere on the board that is not in the same or adjacent space to a hero. And then we also have here Infectious. Whenever a hero is wounded by a zombie in a fight, roll a d6. On the roll of a 1, that hero takes an additional wound. Okay, and then we have all of our advanced abilities for our survivors, for our heroes. So we have Victor, Stacy, Mr. Goddard, Jade, Sam, Rachel, Kenny, Amanda, Sheriff Anderson, Sally, Johnny, Jenny, Father Joseph, Cartwright, Billy, and Becky, the nurse. So let's see. In my last games, I played with Cartwright, Becky. Who else? Let's see. The doctor doesn't have. Interesting. So these actually don't cover all of the expansion heroes. Very interesting. That's a little disappointing. Let me just make sure that these aren't stuck together. So yeah, it looks like a Hero Pack 2. So this is missing all of the heroes from Hero Pack 2. That is unfortunate. I did not know that. So if you are playing with any of the heroes from Hero Pack 2, they will not start with they won't have an advanced ability. I wonder why they didn't include that. But these 3 characters I have recently played with. So Rachel, she's the detective manhunt. Instead of searching, she may look at up to 2 cards at random from a zombie player's hand and choose 1 to discard. So that might be a little difficult to use solo. I guess you could, when the zombie as the solo player, when you draw your cards, you could force that side to discard a card. Let's see, Cartwright here, talent for survival. At the start of each of his turns, roll a d6. On a 5 up, he may heal a wound. That's great. And then Becky, our nurse here, field medicine, may discard an item at any time except during a fight to immediately heal a wound from any hero in the same or adjacent space, including herself, on a roll of a 3 or higher on a d6. And let's take a look at some sample ones, random. We'll take a look at Jenny here. So advanced ability. Instead of searching, roll a d6. On the roll of a 4 or up, take a hand weapon from the hero discard pile. On the roll of a 1, 2, or 3, the search is wasted. And let's take a look at one more at random here. Sheriff Anderson. Taking back the night. May discard 5 cards from the top of the hero deck to make an extra ranged attack during his turn. So you can trade in burning through those hero cards faster in order to take an extra turn. That's pretty cool. That's a good choice to be made. This may use the same ranged weapon twice. So a little unfortunate that we don't get upgrade cards for all of the heroes. So just know that going in. Hopefully that provided you with some good information on the advanced abilities cards. And then the other 4 packs are new scenarios. So we have the stock up scenario. This scenario is 15 turns, scenario objectives. Roll a random building. This is the stockpile building. So when you set up your map, you will roll up a random stockpile. The stockpile may not be taken over or have a new spawning pit placed there. The heroes must collect 4 weapons and a first aid kit. The heroes win by having all of the collected items in the stockpile building at the same time with no zombies in the building. Zombies win by preventing the completion of the stockpile or by killing 3 heroes. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I like that. So you have to go out as the heroes, as the survivors. You have to go out and find the items and bring them back to your safe space. And let's see the rules here. Let's see what this says. Stock up. When the harsh reality of the zombie epidemic sets in, there's only one thing left to do: stock up. When unstoppable legions of the dead amass against them, the heroic survivors must band together and prepare for the long night ahead. So this was pretty old because it's introducing the new rule of sacrifice, and we also have some new cards. So you don't just get your little rules pamphlet and your scenario card, you also get a new small pack of cards to add to your decks. So let's take a look at those here. So stock up game supplement, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new hero cards. So we get I'll See You in Hell. That's a great photo. I love the photography in this game so much. Play at any time on a hero with an explosive item. That hero and any zombies in their space are immediately killed. So it's kind of a suicide attack there. We have a cigar, a wireless radio, a little help here. So 2 copies of a little help here. And then we also get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zombie cards. We get Town Secrets, Legion of the Dead, Unstoppable, and No, It Can't Be. Now, let's see, what is Town Secrets? Play immediately. Immediately reveal and discard the top 5 hero cards. If this discards the last hero card, the heroes automatically lose, or choose any hero player to immediately discard one of their event cards in hand. So that's a card that the zombie side could use to burn through hero cards to make the heroes lose by burning through all of their cards. Okay, so that was the stock up scenario. Now let's take a look at, let's see, Hold the Line. Let's do Hold the Line here. So let me find the Hold the Line card. So the Hold the Line game supplement. With a massive wave of hungry zombies sweeping across the area, the battered survivors must find a way to hold them off until morning. If even a few of the savage dead break through the line, they will spread the infection, laying waste to everything in their path and destroying all hope of survival for the last remaining inhabitants of the town. So this is a little bit different. This is kind of a new way to set up the game where you are kind of playing almost a tower defense, where you have the hero area and the zombie area. The zombies are going to be marching towards you, and you just have to hold them off until dawn. So that's a really cool scenario. I like that. Very simple. And but actually, there's quite a bit going on. It's maybe not as simple as it sounds. So there are a couple of special rules. The heroes always replenish. So that means when a hero dies, that a new hero takes their place. They have a hero card pool, which is interesting. Always zombie heroes are on. Zombies auto spawn, so the zombies are constantly coming. A zombie hand of 6 and extra zombie movement. So this is kind of a more accelerated game. This is forces a lot of confrontation, and it feels maybe more like kind of a one-on-one skirmish style game. A massive wave of zombies is threatening to overrun the town. The heroes must prevent as many as possible from getting through and hold them off until sunrise, only 12 turns. The zombies do not interplay at spawning pits. They come off the edge of the board towards that red area here where you are setting up. The heroes may start anywhere on the center board or any of the 2 L-shaped outer boards towards the bottom. Do not use the normal method for rolling random buildings. Instead, random buildings are always selected on one of the 2 L-shaped outer boards that contain the zombie edge. Okay, so anytime something would be randomized in a building, it would only be in one of those 2 kind of danger zones for the survivors there. And also, the zombies win by moving 3 zombies off the opposing bio. It's almost like chess, or not chess, but checkers or something. What would be really cool is if the zombie player moved a zombie off the opposite side of the board here, and then that zombie came back as a behemoth zombie or some kind of king zombie. That would be super cool. That would be a really fun little house rule to play. Okay, so that is that scenario. And then we also get, of course, we do get a few cards for to add to our decks. So let's take a look here. Hold the line. Okay, so we get, let's see, separate these out. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new hero cards. So we get Quick Draw, Fast Recovery, and Machete. So that would be a new item. Quick Draw, play on a hero at any time to let them immediately look at the top 2 hero cards, keep one and discard the other, or play to let a hero make an extra range attack this turn with the same or different item. Nice. And then we have our 5 zombie cards. We have Lockdown, Dying Slash, Blinding Rage. What is Dying Slash here? Play this card on a zombie when it is removed from the board. That zombie may instantly wound a hero in its space on a roll of 5 or 6. Super cool. And then we have Blinding Rage. Play this card to move a zombie d6 spaces instead of its normal move. That zombie may ignore Zombie Hunger. So Zombie Hunger is the rule that dictates that a zombie has to move towards a certain hero. So this would allow the zombie player to move towards the hero they want. But that's kind of how I play solo. I ignore the zombie hunger rule, and I play my zombies more like the zombies in Return of the Living Dead, where they do have a little bit of intelligence to make the choices of who they want to attack. All right, so we have 2 more. Let's look at Revenge of the Dead here. Revenge of the Dead game supplement. After a long night, it is almost dawn, and the shambling horde is angry and hungry. The smell of brains seems to be driving them mad. Facing desperate odds, the surviving heroes might be able to live through the night if they can hang on just a little longer. But the dead will have their revenge, for they will feed well before the night is through. Double-handed items, sacrifice new rules, your card notes there, scenario notes. Let's take a look here at our scenario card, Revenge of the Dead, 13 turns. All zombies roll extra fight dice. Zombies automatically spawn every turn. The zombie card hand size is 6 or 3 each if you're playing with multiple zombie heroes or multiple zombie players. Anytime a hero is killed, they are turned into a zombie hero. The zombies must kill 5 heroes to win the game. Heroes win by holding off the zombies until morning or by killing 4 zombie heroes. Each hero comes into play with a hero card in addition to any hero cards they would normally start with. And our card supplements for this expansion, Revenge of the Dead. Nice little advertisement for Fortune and Glory there. So we do get, as typical, 5 hero cards. We get Run, 2 copies of Run. Hedge Trimmer, a new weapon. That's awesome. And How Do You Like It? Play on any strange hero during a fight to allow them to instantly kill a zombie they are fighting. So the heroes have keywords. So you would want to, you can only play this card on a hero that was strange. Or play at the start of a hero turn to immediately reveal and discard the top 10 cards from the zombie deck. Interesting, so that allows the heroes to burn through the zombie deck. Or Backpack. The heroes may now carry an additional 3 items. Hey, that's pretty cool. And then our corresponding new zombie cards, 5 of those. The Smell of Brains. So this would be a fight card. So if you were playing the solo rules, you would take this out, actually take out all 3 of these cards and add those to your fight deck. Play this card to let a zombie roll an extra fight die. If a hero takes a wound as a result of this fight, immediately move all other zombies within 2 spaces into this space. Wow, so they could swarm on the wounded hero. That is deadly. Let's see, Feels No Pain. Play this card to let a zombie re-roll any number of its fight dice. Risen from the Grave and Divide and Conquer. Those are really cool zombie cards in this pack. I like those zombie cards a lot. So that was Revenge of the Dead. I think Revenge of the Dead sounds the most interesting so far. And then finally, for this little extra video today, we have Airstrike. Though radio communications have been spotty, the heroes have learned that the military has begun to mobilize and have declared the entire area around Woodinville and Timber Peak to be a Stage 4 quarantine zone. That doesn't sound good. By the number of jets flying overhead, it is clear that they are planning an airstrike to level the entire area, nuke it from orbit. The only chance for survival is to find enough flares to let them know there are still survivors. So this, you need to make a few little tokens. These were from the Blood in the Forest expansion. I don't have that expansion, so I don't have these little flare tokens. So you do need to come up with something for your flare tokens if you don't have that expansion. So here's the rules for the airstrike scenario. 14 turns. It has a few extra special rules. Heroes replenish. Number counters, you need 6 of those. Zombie, always zombie heroes. Zombies auto spawn and airstrike, 7. So let's see. Search items, emergency flares. Place the number of counters marked 1 through 6 face down into random buildings. These number counters represent possible locations of extra emergency flares in town. Okay, so you have to go to random buildings, find those flares, and then light the 4 flares to prevent the airstrike, to prevent the military from nuking it from orbit. Conquest of Planet Earth. I've never played that game. Let me know if you've played Conquest, and let me know if you think it plays well solo. I might be checking that out. And here we have our cards. So this will be the last thing to look at in this video here. So we have 5 new hero cards, emergency flares, 3 of those, running shoes, and a hammer, a new melee weapon. And then we have 5 new zombie cards. We have strength of death, all is lost, strength of death, strength of hate. What do these two do? These are both play immediately. So strength of death, discard this card to prevent a wound to a zombie on the d6 roll of 4 or higher, and then strength of hate. Discard this card to let a zombie roll 1 extra fight dice. This does not count as a fight card. Oh, interesting. So this would not be separated out as a fight card. All right, so that's a look at the web exclusive expansions for Last Night on Earth. If you haven't gotten them yet and you were interested in what they had to offer, I hope I provided you some good information. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.